Okay, we're back in Octopath Traveler 2. So we just left Wellgrove going east, and we're going to make our way over to Timberain. I don't know what this building is right here, but we'll check it out while we're there. Okay, these fights suck. Let's just make sure, yes, this is the right way. So the fights here are worth at most 500 EXP, and seeing as I'm looking for fights that are like 1,000, it just doesn't compare. If not for the stupid achievements, I wouldn't mind there being a rule like you can't fight something. It would be cool if the stuff 10 levels below you actually left you alone so you can explore and stuff. Magic Eater. Huh. I think that would have been obsolete by the time you actually got here anyway. So yeah, we did grab that one. We didn't grab that. I see a building of some sort over here. And that was a peekaboo, worth a pair of them worth like 1,200 EXP. That was them again. Just to put in a reference for you, Partitio is the low man at 56. The girls are in their 60s. That was a variety of birds worth about 1,200. So odds are there's loot back there that I missed. We're gonna have to go back in a sec. House Swallows Manor. Let's see if that's level 50. It might be a dungeon. So yeah, we'll come back here in a different video once we find out a little bit more. Although, like, it doesn't have... You know what, I'm gonna dip into... Counter rate is so high I can't even get out a word. So someone's over there. I'm dipping in here so I can teleport back after I already go over to the other side to explore some more. And we're gonna loot the place when I warp in. This particular group just doesn't have the power that you have when you have either Oshette or Hikari with. It's kind of hoping between Cassie and Agnia they could make up for it, but Partitio just doesn't really pull his weight as a thief, I guess. Dang it, go up the ladder, man. Yeah, looked like there was something behind here. Hypno Sword. So that's might be a slight improvement for Agnia. Oh. So I lose that on crit by gain evasion. I think I'd rather keep the crit. So yeah, we'll get rid of the Soul Sucker for the Hypno Sword. Yeah, this place is a lot more annoying than normal to loot. Is she only here from a distance, or does she just not appear every night? Doesn't look like she's there at the moment. Temnos is almost level 74. Refreshing Gem. Okay, so I literally walked right past it on my way in. Okay, so I tried to figure out what's going on with the girl, and it's probably a side quest we haven't triggered yet. So I just warped into Timberain after messing around a bit. I did run into a Kate, so Temnos is 74. No one's below 60. What a peaceful evening. If only days like these could last forever. Here she is.
I... Very well.
Nothing.
Oh dear.
Nothing.
Well. Let's have a look.
He is weak to fire.
So sorry. Very well.
Yeah, all ice and
Oh
lightning.
dear.
Got 2 fire that time.
Repent. Very good. Ha.
A soldier assigned to Night Patrol. In actuality, he's a spy who came to Timberain to gather intelligence. He's already made a full report to his home country about the way royalties and nobles flaunt their privilege here. So now it's easier to steal. Go figure, right?
Time.
Like, I'm getting a little bored with all the Inquisition stuff.
To work.
Here's hoping the guy has a wide strike zone.
That's all. Very well. To work. Let's have a look.
It was wind. Just getting ready to fire off a light spell and see if I got lucky.
Oh dear. Prepare. Come on.
And we got really lucky there with all of them connecting.
Ha.
An old man who ran a local inn for many years, he recently gave up the inn to his successor and is now enjoying his golden years. Drinking a cup of tea with his wife at the end of each day is his favorite pastime, and he finds choosing the right tea leaves an endlessly absorbing activity.
Time.
Jeez.
Where was it?
Of course, the stick one.
Oh dear.
Well, we
So
can reveal
sorry.
everything here.
To repent. Let's have a look.
Yeah, she's
That's
an
all.
annoying one.
Very well. So sorry. Where was I? Prepared. Very good. Ha!
A woman who used to run an inn with her husband. They have given the inn away and retired, but without any children of their own, she realized that the inn gave her a reason to wake up in the morning. As a result, she arranged with the new owner to keep handling the daily cleaning. Starlight hat. It's not bad. If someone really needed the SP... Just between us, folks from Psy work harder than locals do. Sounds a little sus there, dude. Here to answer some questions?
To work. Take that! Very well. To work.
I don't know where the rest of his blaze was. Oh man, these suck.
Very well. So sorry. To work.
So, let's just end this.
Pay your price. Mark.
A diligent tavern hand who was actually the second son of a prestigious noble family. He left home after finding noble society too confined and restricted by old-fashioned conventions. Now he's learning about the world by earning an honest living without revealing his origins. Skills are many, you know where to find me. To tell the truth, I got my doubts about this nation. I don't know if the platinum mail is any good anymore. There's a chance we could break this guy in accident, let's see. Or we could get nothing.
That's all.
Oh man. There we go.
So sorry. Let's have a look.
But yeah, with this dude as the Royal Guard, definitely does leave some things to be desired. Royal bodyguard to hold the position is a great honor, but dealing with the vanity and ill-informed decisions of the king and his family gets old quickly. Every so often, just for a moment, you can't help toying with the idea of cooperating with a would-be assassin. And the assassin would have no trouble tying up loose ends when it was done. Some people call us useless, even though we put our lives on the line to defend this country. Level 73 for that thing.
Time. Oh dear. Hey, is that the spot? Very
At this point, I just want to reveal it.
Let's have a look.
Stick.
So sorry.
So I'd say the stick is a little bit more reliable than relying on the lightning.
That's all.
Because right now we can double tap him and be done with it.
You won't.
A middle-aged, middle-ranking soldier who's been considering a change of occupation due to the excessive demands of his position, but not long ago his wife told him that they were expecting a child. After much deliberation, he decided to stay in the military and redouble his efforts at advancement for the sake of his family. Oh wait, that's Bertuccio. I was thinking I had Hikari here. I was like, how can I bribe him? We already have his info. How do we get that? There. We're not like soldiers from weaker nations. Our skills are forged in battle. Oh man. Well, time to put up or shut up.
Where was I? So sorry. Very well. Hey, pause. That's all. Let's have a look. To work. Hey! So sorry.
Might actually be able to just
Oh,
break
dear.
him before getting the light filled up again.
Hey! There, I won't back down. Hey!
Of course.
Ah! Where was I? Hey!
I was third of the ice spell, so I'd rather do that.
Ha!
New recruit who just finished basic training hopes to be assigned to Special Forces as he admires the valor they have shown in engagements all over the world. He claims to understand and accept the danger, but the truth is he's never given the risk of death any real thought. I've been thinking about finding a new job while I still have a life left to live. Good advice. Can you give it to the other dude? So I don't know why we can't just get that, but... It's not like I have any use for that sword.
To work.
Okay, this dude packs a little bit of a threat.
So sorry. To work. Let's have a look. Oh, atone for your sins. Very good.
And he goes down just like all the rest.
Ha.
I'm a lead soldier in a special unit that handles hazardous and difficult missions and has a correspondingly high death rate. The unit often operates in foreign lands at the request of their rulers, but for diplomatic reasons, its successes are seldom publicized. We must be ready to fight at a moment's notice. That is a soldier's duty. I don't think I need any of those.
I... Very well.
Okay, this one's not completely harmless.
To work. Very well. Let's have a look. So sorry.
We'll hold off a little bit. I don't know if I'll get the late or if I'm
Oh
just gonna
dear.
repent
Repent.
right here. We got two.
Very well. To work.
Okay, come on.
Mark.
Last one did it.
Ha.
New equipment. A soldier of the strong silent variety. He carries out his missions without hint of disgruntlement or displeasure, making himself a machine whose only concern is accuracy. Lives, he believes, are not saved by emotion but by rationality. Sublime. Let's go see what you're selling now. So it's a very slight improvement for her. It gives her speed if you want to do the whole thief thing with the divine skill. But I'm going to change her job eventually, so... Yeah, I don't really need the speed. I'd rather have the crit. That one's just really accurate. Good for popping Kates, I assume. We do have Particio. Oh boy. Okay. Let's go ahead and get two of these. Not yet. So this one gives you less HP, but 2 more defense at the cost of a little bit of elemental protection. Because I think Agnia is using the Butler tailcoat that we got from doing the final chapter of Particio. No, I don't need that for Temenos. No, he's using a Great Helm. sucks is he does have something that scales off his SP, but we don't have it just yet. Oh yeah, there's no you can't beat that one yet. This one I'm going to make the change to. I don't mind getting the crit for 100 HP. So let's see, if we change him from being a thief... Is it the Arcanist he's supposed to be? I think I found one of them. Oh no, I'm missing the spear and the bow. So I was about to say, I thought I had the stick. Worthless. This stage of the game, you get your initial burst, but kind of want to do this one so I can just burn through my stuff a little bit more often. I'm just not sure I need this anymore. Try that and just see what happens. So the combo here is going to be she throws out buffs, he makes them permanent. Oh, right. Almost missed it. He's going to be using a makeshift here. Chef's ladle. Yeah, that would confuse me too. Anyway, we'll stick with the Great Sage Staff. Missed her. Love is understanding the feelings of another. Couple's pendant. Yeah, you have some explaining to do there. You just happen to find that on the ground, or what's the story?
Very well. Oh, is that the spot? Let's have a look. That's all. Very well. Oh, very good. Ha!
A cleric of the Sacred Flame assigned a missionary work in Timberain. In fact, she has all but demanded this assignment from the Order's headquarters so she can get away from her older sister, whose love can be smothering. Okay, we'll assume it was her sister's necklace then. But we'll keep a close eye on her. Conscious stone. Love is devotion. Devotion to oneself or another. I was hoping this sanctum now would... Huh.
Oh dear. So sorry. Where was I? That's all. Oh dear. Let's have a look. To work. So sorry. Where was I?
Don't you just love to save at times?
Oh dear.
Oh, come on.
Very well.
Make with the eyes, man.
Ha!
A member of the Sacred Guard assigned to Timberain. In fact, she all but demanded the assignment from the Order's headquarters so she could be near and support her beloved little sister who lives in town. Yeah, I'm just walking away. Protective necklace. There are some guys who can use that, but I'm just not worried about it yet.
Time. Oh dear. That's all. To work. Let's have a look. Oh dear. Very good. Ha!
A guard at the Timberain court. Never late, never absent. He loves justice above all things and is famed far and wide for always being at his post outside the court. He lives alone and is never married. He's only 28. Give the guy a break. This trial's been going on for ages. The court can't seem to reach a verdict seeing as there's no definitive evidence. But the defendant is Nero. There's no way of roughing that notorious didn't do it. With the right proof, we could lock him up, but alas. So we need to find proof of guilt. Youngsters don't understand, but patience is a virtue for us scriveners. Says the guy with the empty coin pouch.
Where was I? Take that!
Okay, at least this one will be somewhat easy.
Oh dear. Let's have a look.
Yeah, better off just beating him with a stick.
That's all. So sorry. Very well. You won't believe that. Where was I? You won't believe that. That's all. To work. Now die!
Gotta give him a couple extra whacks so he has something to think about. Mid-career reporter for the Delsta Times. Currently sweating over our newly hired reporter who keeps getting all the best scoops. He has stationed himself outside court hoping to land exclusive that I'll shine hers. So I guess that's a reference to Ori. It's true that we haven't found any of the swords, however, at least we know we're looking for a sword now. The armory they got robbed is well known for its expensive and famous swords. The stolen Azure Sun sword is said to be the most precious masterpiece among them.
Time. Oh dear.
So yeah, once again, I'm content to just beat him on the stick.
Let's have a
Fire would do it too.
look. Where was I? You won't believe that. That's all. Very well.
A scrivener in Timberain. With the court and nobility holding such power in the kingdom, its reporting corps divide between obedient servants of power and defiant muckrakers. This scrivener goes back and forth depending on public opinion. Whatever the truth may be, I know one thing for certain. Nero's got a bad reputation. His elderly father supposedly lives in this town. I can't imagine he's too happy with this turn of events.
To work. Very well.
And now just use Analyze to reveal everything and beat
Well,
the stick.
I won't back down. Let's have a... So sorry. Oh dear. You won't get it.
Wow. Mobility minus 9 turn movement debuff?
Ha!
Tasman, who enjoys observing court proceedings, he discovered this hobby while storming out of his house during a fight with his wife, but then being at a loss for what to do. Dropping into court on a whim, he realized how fascinating a glimpse into the lives of others can be, and is now in the spectator's gallery almost every day. We have witness who claims to have seen the defendant inside the armorer's storehouse on the day of the incident. Save it for the movie. My son is a prisoner on Frigid Isle because of his involvement in a major crime. And his innocent wife and daughter paid for his mistake with their lives. That boy is such a damn fool. I can't even begin to imagine what he's thinking now after losing everything. This is my son's handwriting. Ma, I'm sorry for all the trouble I've caused. Trust me, I know I'm a fool. I got my family killed. I don't expect you to forgive me. But I want you to know that I regret leaving you all alone. So I'm going to go see you. I thought escaping this hellhole was impossible, but I found myself an incredible confidant. If I stick with him, I think we might just make it. Honestly, I don't know if this letter will even make it to you. But I want to believe in miracles, knowing that you're waiting for me. Gives me the courage to break out of here. Love, your foolish son. Wait, there's a postscript at the bottom. Sorry, Ma. Looks like I won't be able to see you after all. That confidant I told you about, I want him to live. He's like me, but different. And I feel like those two will forgive me if I help him get out of here. Sorry for being a fool to the very end. Thank you for giving me life. My son was a clever man and a skilled manipulator. But then he tried to take advantage of the wrong people and lost everything in the process. I can't believe that boy gave his life to protect someone in the end. Thank you for delivering this letter. Knowing how he felt puts my mind at ease. Never thought I would forgive that boy for what he'd done, but it seems miracles do happen. Jade Dagger. So the washed up letter is now complete? Jeez. Like, seriously, 100 power. This is a level 45 area. Like, what is that supposed to do? I mean, if you're at least going to do something dangerous like try to traverse here, make the reward worth it. That is just spinning in your face, man.
Where was I? There. That's all. To work. Holy light, illuminate the darkness. Very well.
In case you're wondering, there are roofers next door, so they have all the dogs on the block.
Oh dear. Holy light, illuminate the darkness.
An elderly woman who lives in Timberain. She used to live with her son, his wife, and her grandchild, but is now all alone. Her son, who is named after a gem just like her, committed a crime, was shipped off to a prison island. I wonder if it's Jasper or something like that, you know? That'd be a gem, right? Oh, crud. Why are you here? My body's been weak ever since I was little. I even collapsed near the inn the other day. The kind man from the inn came by and helped me. Words cannot express how grateful I was. No, it's still considered nighttime. I must have been thinking of a different bridge. I shall be grading papers late into the night once again. Give less homework. Have you tried that? You get the answers for the students.
Where was I? Yeah. Very well. Yeah. Let's have a look. So sorry. That's all. To work.
If I don't get a good roll here, we'll just pop the light and wrap it. I'm willing to roll the dice. We got it.
Come on.
A teacher at an academy for the sons of royalty and nobility. As an idealistic youth, he hoped to change the country's future through education, but the reality of the job was less rosy. Daily dealings with children who wield their exalted status like a blunt instrument have left him drained and defeated. And it's too late to do something else. My husband is a soldier. He said he's on night watch and won't be returning tonight. He's out in the courts, let's face it. Probably as the defendant.
To work. So sorry. That's all.
Jeez, only 600. No.
To work. Take that! Very well. How's that for you?
Newlywed who makes lunch for her hardworking husband with love every day. The truth is she would rather he worked less and spent more time with her, but she isn't sure how to bring it up. Hold on a second. It's behind the house. Is it in the house? Cleansing leaf. So yeah, that's the one that I thought the sickly girl was. Nothing to report.
Well, take that!
Oh, come on. Luckily he woke me up when I lost the turn.
To work.
I pushed the wrong button.
Where was I? So sorry. Very well. Let's have a look.
Like, I kind of wish those buffs would be like 4 attacks instead of
dear.
it just being the crappy way it is.
I pay your price. Very good.
One of a pair of guards who stand entirely at their post. Their stoic service is one great praise throughout the kingdom, but the truth is he'd rather go home early, but doesn't want to leave the other guard. Leave before the other guard. You may pass. Of course I can pass. You're gonna stop me, chump? Need to put him in his place.
To work. Where was I? Let's have a look.
So I have to wait for the latent ability.
To work.
Lychee.
I'll take this.
Man, that didn't even do it.
Very well. I'll take this.
Okay, one hit should do it. Come on. You
Where
suck,
was I?
dude.
Take that!
I don't think you understand how bad you suck.
Very well.
I didn't want to waste the stuff for this crap.
I'll take this. Repent, atone for your sins. Oh, Lord.
One of a pair of guards stands entirely at the post. Their stoic service won great praise. Rather leave right away, but is afraid that if he leaves with the other guard, he'll get in trouble. So yep, they just stand there, literally doing nothing, but getting praised for it. Government jobs in action, folks. Okay, coming back to night. Let's see what's on the other half of the town. To tell you the truth, I've never been in love before. Keep it that way.
Time. To work.
These people all have such...
Oh dear.
No, I don't think I want that move. I was thinking about going and grabbing Hikari. Unfortunately, it looks like here we have to wait for the late Philip.
Very well. I won't back down.
We only need this many. Nope.
I won't back down. Let's have a look. That's all. So sorry. Where was I?
Like, I'm tempted to leave this person be.
That's all. To work.
Yeah. I don't care about this one. Basically, even if I threw the full charge latent elemental, whatever it's called, it may not even have enough hits there. Her Highness may be brusque at times, but she means well.
Time. Oh dear. Take that! So sorry. Let's have a look. To work.
If only I could give one of the
You won't.
ice, light, or stick weaknesses to the other one.
That's all. Oh dear. You won't. Ha!
This woman inherited the post of head gardener at Timberain Castle from her father. She was a regular visitor to the palace from a young age, making close friends with the 8th princess, who was about the same age as her. My friend deserves my wholehearted attention. I ask you not to interrupt. Well, we need to put the princess in her place.
Very well. Let's have a look.
Okay, the lightning we can work with.
Very well. Where was I? To work.
I don't really care about healing.
Very good.
You can pick up the passive regen as we go.
Ha!
The 8th princess of the kingdom of Timberain is accomplished, beautiful, and well supplied with suitors in whom she has not the slightest interest. The only time longing enters her gaze when it falls upon a certain palace gardener who is also a childhood friend. Huh. Greetings, I'm Roland, the floral designer. I beautify homes with flowers and ornamental plants.
Time. Very well. Take that! So sorry. Let's have a look. Oh dear. That's all. This won't do. To work. Now die.
An artisan who beautifies houses and gardens with flowers. His bold, lavish floral arrangements elicit gasps from all who see them. He is currently assisting the palace gardener in the kingdom of Timberain. If you have any faith in your abilities, let us do battle. Huh, exercising bow. Cool bow.
Very well.
Okay, rather nasty move.
Fear not, I will keep you from harm.
I'm gonna see if I can scan him before I'm forced to put him down.
Hey, is that the spot? Where was I?
Let's throw out a light spell.
Holy light, illuminate the
It's
dark.
darker wind.
To work. Let's have a look.
Wind. Here we go.
Where was I?
Okay, he didn't do it.
Fear not, I will keep you from harm. Very well. Oh dear.
And that's a wrap. A hero once known as the arms of the kingdom for his martial prowess. Even now, as an old man, he tries to maintain his strength and stands outside an old tower waiting for challengers. What do we need to trank him? 2 herbs of serenity. I was hired as a soldier, even though I'm not good for much, and for that I shall ever be grateful to this kingdom.
Time.
All I can say is Timberain is a really big
Well,
place.
that. Oh dear.
Okay, he'll be easy to break.
Very well. Let's have a look.
Light.
So sorry.
Wow, neither serpent connected.
Well.
That's awkward.
Oh, Mark.
A new recruit who grew up poor, becoming a soldier required many sacrifices. He despises the way the country works, with wealth accumulating around their royalty and nobility, and is secretly planning a people's revolution. Oh boy, what kind of soap opera did we walk into? And Soulstone. How do we get over there? Well, it makes you more offensive, I guess.
Time. Oh dear.
There's a chance I could accidentally break her.
Where was I? Oh, very good.
Daughter of an aristocratic family in Timberain, somewhat competitive and prone to flights of fancy, she is nevertheless wise enough to see herself honestly. She often fights with her father, who has a similar nature, but is on good terms with him, really. The nerve of Mama and Papa, how can they do this to me? Why would anyone want to marry a person they never met before? My husband-to-be is a man named Margello. Apparently he's a donor to the library in Montwise. But I'll bet he's just some big-headed, narrow-minded brute. Is there anything I can do? I don't want to marry a stranger. So yeah, we'll tell her what he's like. You can also bring him here if you want to do the quest that way. I had no idea Margello was such a kind-hearted man. Pop always said that a person's true character shines through when they're talking to those they have power over. So if Margello treats his attendant with respect, then that must mean he's not all bad. I think I was too hasty in my judgment. I hadn't even met the man before deciding I didn't want to marry him. But I won't make that mistake again. I'm going to march over to his house and talk to him, then make up my mind. Thank you so much for your help, stranger. It's given me the courage to take matters in my own hands. So, we have to go to Montwai. Oh no, she's still here. Mental Belt. Yeah, that would definitely make Temnos hit really, really hard. So I was about to say, if we wanted to get the Ancient Circlet, we'd have to head over there, but if she stays here, great. Otherwise, we'll look for it over there. Let me through. Great Blade. Soldiers are people too, and when people are left unsatisfied, they rebel, like the dude outside.
Time. To work. That all? Very well.
Oh boy, it's gonna be one of these.
So sorry. Let's have a fight.
Yep.
Very well. Take that! That all? To work.
I've seen better.
Okay. I pay your prayer. Come on. Ha!
Captain of the guards stationed outside the palace. Unlike the inner guards who are considered elite and showered in favor, his men are generally taken for granted, which has been growing to satisfaction. As their command officer, he finds this a worrying development. Nothing to report tonight. It's because you didn't go outside and look around, you chump. So keep in mind, this will conclude the business at night. Now we have to go during the day and see who all is out and about.
So sorry. Let's have a...
So the fire could have connected, but I'd rather just do it this way.
You won't believe that. That's all. You won't believe that. Oh dear. Fear not, I will keep you from harm. Repent. How's that for you?
And we even got the movement speed penalty on him.
Ha!
Provoke like a pro. A soldier in charge of slaying monsters. By law, their carcasses belong to the crown, but this soldier secretly made other arrangements with unscrupulous merchants. Selling off hides, bones, and other useful materials helps fatten his purse. That's just the free turn when you provoke people, if you don't remember. Now, the bad news for you is I have a full gauge.
Time. Where was that? This isn't ideal. Take that! I atone for your sins.
Jeez. Okay, Wind Soulstone.
You're welcome.
Shadow Soulstone.
You're welcome.
Easier inquiries. Yeah, like I need that anymore. This mysterious woman who roams the town every day in search of ideas is actually a best-selling author. Her most successful series, Lady the Nectar, is about forbidden love between a human and a butterfly, and her readers eagerly await its next installment. What the hell are the people in this town smoking? has to be something in the water. I retire from my job. I feel restless without work. Would you like a drink? Not of spirits, of course, but of tea. There are a lot of soldiers in Timberain. We need them to protect our borders. War is a chance for us soldiers to rise in the ranks. It's not all bad. Newlywed whose favorite food is his wife's homemade lunches. Determined to rise in station, give her a better life, and as such, cut back on sleep in order to work more. Okay, we're grabbing Throne A. She's up here. Benching him for the moment. A lot of folks from side come here in secret just to work. I'm going to bring the teachings of the Sacred Flame to this land. That makes no sense. Are we supposed to mug the dude? What a fool of father I am. Where did I go wrong? I know I must do if I truly care about my son, and yet... Father was certified wrongdoer Nero. When his son asked him to hide the stolen Azure Sun Sword until the heat dies down, he buried it down the trail beside the inn. Deep down he hopes to rehabilitate his son.
Thank you.
So there's the proof of guilt. Have any interesting tales to tell or devastating tragedies I don't mind? Is that the author chick? Yeah. It's just you refrain speaking to the royal family, you never know who might be listening. Timberain's royals and nobles act so high and mighty, to say the kingdom was antiquated would be an understatement. They're a daughter of a noble line who has plenty of hair-raising stories to tell about the scrapes she's gotten into. Her parents had a loss, but showed her to a man much younger than her. But her true love is the one adventure she's yet to experience.
I'll take.
Is this the fiancé? Lisa's abundance of resources keep this kingdom thriving. Okay. Well, as son of a court scholar known around the world, he has a brilliant mind but keeps his emotions carefully hidden. Their marriage arrangement by his parents with the daughter of a noble line he assumes in an attempt to shore up his family status. In any case, he knows nothing of true love.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was him.
I'll take that.
There are a lot of soldiers in Timberain. We need them to protect the borders. Azure Sun Sword. I'm trying to remember where that was. It's over there. Got her already. This town is as beautiful as the first day I laid eyes on it. Hero's Axe. So that is for, Ochette, because it can boost the lightning that she wields. Hero once known as the arms of the kingdom for his martial prowess. However, he stepped out of the limelight to keep peace in the town as a simple soldier. He loves this country and this town with all his heart.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's a Scrivener dude. Justice yields to no one, and yet it's that unyielding nature that makes it right. An exceedingly punctilious and proper judge. His only interest is in uncovering the truth, and any rumors of bias or bribery besmirch his name. Such an upright stance can be dangerous, but he is tough in body and soul and utterly unafraid of threats or indeed actual violence.
That was.
That could actually be really good for Temenos.
I'll take.
Or just someone who uses magic in general. So if I do that, I'm going to want to change his one passive. Price of power. I'm going to be looking for deal more damage. Yeah, I need to find something better for her. It's probably on the next screen. Let's peek in here real quick. Just make sure these are the same too. Were you watching the trial? Even the judge has already decided that the defendant is guilty. I don't dare to say this too loud, but I feel sorry for the poor man. If only there's some evidence to support his alibi, we could prove his innocence. Ah. So Nero's on trial at night, and during the day is the guy that they feel sorry for, I guess. Woman born and raised in Timberain, weak of constitution all her life, she's prone to paralyzing seizures. She sometimes expresses frustration over her condition, but refuses to give up. Her treatment is ongoing.
That was very...
Only a boor would dare address me directly. Timberain is a beautiful and verdant nation, and I won't let this garden be an exception. There's nothing straightforward about business. You have to be smart to make a profit. Granddaughter of a merchant who visits the palace regularly by royal appointment. Though still a child, she's proud of the family business and looks forward to one day inheriting it. She has plans to open stores all over the world and has already begun tentatively selecting people to run them.
I'll take...
Now she knows the importance of a safe. Timberain is home to a thriving silkworm industry. Our silk goods are the best in the realm. A luxury textile merchant patronized by Timberain's royal line. She made great sacrifices to build the family business to this point. It's always been handed down from mother to daughter, but she's unsure if she wants her young granddaughter to bear the burden when the time comes.
Thank you.
I'm rolling the floral designer. All of his stuff's the same. Oh, we can just deal with perfect likelihood. Pray leave this old man alone. An old man who's always in the same place reading. The guard demands he identifies himself and claims to be an acquaintance of a good friend of the king's grandfather. Verifying this connection has proved challenging.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't bother. Actually, I wonder what that... Oh, I wonder if that's it. Curious antique. Oh dear, it seems I lost my way again. Historian researching fortresses around the world, he has come to the palace to investigate rumors of secret passages built by generations past kings, but hasn't found a single one. His total lack of any sense of direction is one reason for this. Okay, and he is still here. I'm wondering if you have to go through the old tower to find the other thing. Let's see. We can make it night. I don't know if Throne is strong enough to knock him out yet. She is.
Fool.
And I was right. So that's how you get to it. Rusty polearm. So we can go get a new Arms Master move, but we don't have an Arms Master at the moment. So yeah, with that I think we've thoroughly looted the place. Since that gate doesn't open, the only thing left for us to do is go turn in the sword. So yeah, this is going to be a somewhat lengthy video, isn't it? You found the Azure Sun Sword, but how? In any case, I'll let the judges know. Defendant Nero, the court hereby hands down the following verdict. For stealing the Azure Sun Sword, you shall serve a sentence of 80 years. Damn, betrayed by old man. Listen, you got it all wrong. I was tricked. Some strange man taught me how to sneak into the armory. He said he'd give me the Azure Sun Sword if I let him keep the rest. It's true, you gotta believe me. Seems like Nero's got other crimes to answer for. Doubt he'll ever walk free again. This is a little thank you present from the prosecutor. Thanks to you, justice was done. Critical nut and some money. And with that, this hero is ready to ride off into the moonlight. So I'll see you guys next time we kick off Cassidy's final chapter. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.